Hello everybody and welcome back to more Star Wars stuff. So this is kind of my wrap-up video of the Jedi Knight stuff. As you can tell, this is live. And, that stinking droid. Every time I'm on my ship and I try to record something, he always just tries to talk over me, and it's really annoying. As you can see, I've got a bit better gear, but we'll talk about that in a second. So I figured I may as well just wrap up my thoughts of the entire series. I won't label this as a Chapter 3 thing, because Chapter 3's done, right? So this will be the interlude between Chapter 3 and 4, because we may do a couple more videos with the Jedi Knight here and there. I don't really know. Don't have anything planned, but you never know what would happen. You know, with free-to-play coming out, and with HK, maybe there'll be something cool with the Jedi Knight. I don't know. But I went and did quite a bit of ops, because that's what I like to do on my characters. I think most of my characters are in pretty much black hole gear, even though they're not necessarily all wearing it. I just have the mods and stuff over, because I think right now I have something like 400 black hole accommodations on the Bounty Hunter, so I just give them the gear. So basically, and I'm still sick if you couldn't tell, not sniffly though, which is always good. So I got a Rakata piece. I think that's a Rakata main hand, maybe a Calamai offhand. I don't know. Still got my red sabers, but got the Rakata chest, and it looks, I mean, let's be honest, that looks pretty sick. I did have the black hole chest on, and then I sold it, and because it didn't look cool, it didn't really give me that big of a stat boost. And then I bought this earpiece, which gave me much better. So obviously my character's pretty geared out. I need bracers pretty bad. Look, don't judge me. But I mean, he's pretty much ready to keep raiding, which is what I'm going to do with him every now and then, just when I have a chance. I usually go and do the daily story operations and get the black hole comms from that. Maybe I hop into a pickup group every now and then. You know how it is. It's a lot of fun for me to do that. Like I said, that's kind of my thing. That's what I do. As far as the story goes, I really like the Jedi story. I don't know about you guys, but I think it ranks third on my list of stories, right? So I get this question all the freaking time. So here's the answer. So I don't have to keep typing it out to you guys. I like the Smuggler the most, closely followed by the Agent, because the Agent story is actually really good at the end. So the Smuggler's definitely hands down my favorite. I like that it's more lighthearted, it doesn't really take itself seriously, and then it's got a cool twist at the end. So I like the Smuggler, then the Agent, then the Jedi Knight. So the Jedi Knight story is really good. I'm really impressed with it thus far. I think if you played it light side, it wouldn't be nearly as fun. Kind of like the Consular. Like, I played my Consular to 50 as light sided, and I didn't find it fun. I don't know what the problem was. Maybe if I played it dark sided, I would have liked it a lot more. But it was really boring and pretty stilted as far as conversations go. Considering light sided stuff, and then. So I got the Smuggler, the Agent, the Jedi Knight. Then I like the Bounty Hunter. I know, I'm that guy. I really like the Bounty Hunter story. Then the Warrior. On every other person's list, it would be that switch. So it would be Warrior, then Bounty Hunter. But I'm a sucker for my Bounty Hunter, so I'm just going to stick with that. And then, how many is that? That's like 5. So the other classes, look. I'll just open this up so I can see it. The Trooper, I haven't finished, so I don't know where that fits, and the Inquisitor, I haven't finished either. But this brings me into the Legacy tree, which you'll see more of in the Trooper video tomorrow. So I'll go over the entire Legacy, how it fits together. You may notice this extra character here. I'll talk about that in a second. But you see the Trooper is level 31. I stopped at level 31. I stopped at the end of Chapter 1 for a good reason. Because free-to-play is going to be launching soon, and I think there's quite a few cool things that I could do with the free-to-play gear. And, there's some other cool stuff that I could possibly do with boosts and stuff, so I don't have to do the normal quests on all the planets, which is nice for me. You guys don't really get to see all that. But I'm really liking the Trooper thus far. This is why, and here's the thing. I wanted to say this, as even though this is a Jedi Knight wrap-up video, I wanted to say this, which I'll mention tomorrow as well, in the first Trooper episode. The reason I chose the Trooper over the Inquisitor is because at the moment, I can make the Trooper more interesting than the Inquisitor. From what I hear, the Inquisitor has the worst story. It's terrible. It's awful. It's just something that you want to stay clear of if you're playing the game for the first time. Like, don't play an Inquisitor because it's literally the worst story in the game. And that's pretty much general consensus from what I've seen of it. I totally agree. The class is cool. The story is not, and I totally agree with all that. So I figured, okay, I'd do the Trooper. And the criticisms against the Trooper were that dialogue could be pretty, yes sir, I'm on my way, basic military stuff, kind of, just basic yes sirs and all that. And I do agree. And it took me probably to the beginning of Coruscant, actually the end of Coruscant, before I really started realizing that. And then I was able to fix that. So going along, my dialogue gets a lot better in the game. So that's something that I could work with. I just had to kind of know my character. So it took me a while to learn it. But once I did, that fixed itself. Plus, I can make the character interesting because it's something I haven't done before in the fact that it's a neutral character. It's neither dark side or light sided. So based on whatever choice I have presented to me, I choose whichever one I want, which makes me have a lot better explanations for things, and the commentary will be better. Everything will be better with the Trooper. I'm really stepping it up a notch. I've made sure all the recording is done really good. I have 6 hours of it recorded already, and that's to level 31, so that gives you quite a few weeks of Trooper content. If you couldn't tell, that's 6 weeks, because for about 6 weeks. Because I release 4 episodes a week. Each episode's roughly 15 to 20 minutes long, so you could kind of fit in there that it's about 6 weeks long, which is nice. Now, what else was I going to mention? Okay, Laren. So I added this character, and I added this character just this week, so I just started playing her. Once again, Smuggler is my favorite class, so I wanted to level another Smuggler. It's going to be the first class I level twice. And I figured I would put it in the Legacy for now. I don't really know if I'll keep her there, but I put her in the Legacy because Jonas, the Smuggler, which I did a series of, if you didn't know that, although it was a terrible series, don't go back and watch it, because it wasn't done this way, as the way I normally do my series now, but before his story happened, he had like a romantic fling, and it's with a rival. Right, it wasn't with someone that he loved or anything. It was just with a rival of his. So that's what this little symbol means. It means that she's his rival. And that's who Laren is. And excuse me while I cough for a moment. I'm so sick. Anyway, so she's his rival, and you can kind of think, I guess, in Stargate terms, because I'm going to be doing a lot of those references with the Trooper. In Stargate terms, it's kind of like when Daniel Jackson first meets Vala on the ship of I think it's I don't know, it might be the Prometheus. Anyways, they kind of have like a weird, like, they hate each other, and they're out to kill each other, but for whatever reason, there's like a lot of romantic tension, and they have a thing going on. So that's kind of what happens between these two, and it in my story for them, it ends, on an upside, but he doesn't see her for quite some time, and only hears from her every now and then when she's stealing things from him, which is, something that she likes to do. So she's kind of evil, so I'm playing her as a dark-sided character leveling up, but she is the mother of these two characters, which are twins. So she's the mother of my Jedi Consular and my Sith Inquisitor. So that's kind of how all that works, but I'll kind of describe that story more tomorrow with the Trooper stuff. But I wanted just to show you that I added a new character, and that this character is level 31, as you can see there. And now I have the top of my tree filled out as 50s. That one's 50, that one's 50, that one's 50. So I've got a lot of characters going on right now. Now, just to finish wrapping things up, as far as the Jedi Knight stuff goes, I don't plan on doing anything else with him, like I said earlier, but there may be things that come up where I might just want to hop on and play with him. So that's probably, something I'll do. In the future, when I upgrade my CPU finally, oh my gosh, this thing is taking me forever to upgrade, but you know what? Strapped for cash, you know how it is. When I finally upgrade that sucker, I'll probably live stream ops, and when I do that, I will probably play on the Smuggler and Jedi Knight and Bounty Hunter and just any character I want to at the moment, I guess. And also live stream the stuff that we actually do as far as progression ops goes. We have gotten to the end of Terror from Beyond on hard mode as of late. We are on the final boss. We're working on him. He should be dead this weekend. And then when hard mode Explosive Conflict comes, or Nightmare mode Explosive Conflict comes out, we'll be in there clearing that fairly easily as well. This, we're a progression group. That's what we do. We raid hardcore. And yeah, like I said, there's nothing really I plan on doing with the Jedi Knight. Although, as soon as Chapter 4 comes out, I'm totally doing it. So, when Chapter 4 is released, the current progression will be on the Smuggler, then the Jedi Knight, then maybe the Trooper, if the Trooper's done by then. Hopefully, it comes out before the Trooper's done. I mean, please, bring that sucker out. And then I would do the Trooper, but I'll probably also do some of the other Chapter 4 content for all the other classes I have, but we'll see when we get to that point. So, yeah, overall, I've really liked the Jedi Knight, really gotten a lot of good feedback from you guys on the next series, and I plan on doing some pretty cool stuff with the Trooper, and I must stress that I do plan on doing the Inquisitor, for all you fools who are like, I wanted to see the Inquisitor, not the Trooper. Look, I'm gonna be doing the Inquisitor after the Trooper's done, so there you go. You just got to sit through a few weeks of the Trooper. It's okay. It'll be interesting. Watch it. Give it a chance. If you don't like it after the first chapter, then don't continue watching it. It's that easy. But on that note, I'm gonna go take a nap because I'm still not better from being sick. It's one of those weird head cold things, but hopefully it'll be over. I've got the cough coming up, like where you just continuously cough for like a day. I can feel that coming up tomorrow, so hopefully that doesn't hinder the Trooper stuff, which it won't. I'll go through great lengths to put up the video, which is, it's what I do. I put up a video every day, right guys? Man, he looks awesome. I love this character. On that note, I hope you guys have enjoyed the Jedi Knight series as much as I have, and I'll see you tomorrow with more Jedi Knight, or with not more Jedi Knight stuff. Are you kidding me? We're done with Jedi Knight. No, with more Trooper stuff. First Trooper stuff. The first episode of the Trooper stuff, which should be like 20 minutes long. So you can look forward to that. We'll see you next time.